Hi everybody, Marco Carbajo here from businesscreditblogger.com. Today's blog post I'd like to talk to you about how to build business credit step by step. Now, with all the information circulating on the internet and how easy it is to build business credit, I want you to understand that the process is very simple, but there's a lot of details in between each of the basic steps that I want you to pay close attention to, because many times I get a lot of emails, etc. as to they structured their business as a corporation, they got their tax ID number, they apply for credit, they get denied, and they have no idea why. So the purpose of this blog post today is kind of get into the actual details of the process so you really understand you don't make those mistakes. So first and foremost, step number one is actually incorporating your business. Now, incorporating your business allows your company to become its own separate legal entity, separate from you as the business owner. This is the first step in truly separating yourself from your business. Whether you're a limited liability company or a corporation, those particular structures allow your company to be treated as a separate identity or person. Of course, there's liability protection, there's tax benefits to incorporating. But some structures like a sole proprietorship, a general partnership, those don't protect you as a business owner because they're linked directly to you. So first and foremost is incorporating your business. Once you incorporate, the second step is obtaining your federal tax identification number, also known as your EIN. Your EIN you need to look at it as kind of like your company's social security number. Just like your personal social security number is linked to you individually, it's linked when you do your personal tax returns. It's used to create your personal credit file. The same thing with your employer identification number. It's linked to your company. So the employer identification number allows your company to create its own credit file, and it's also used when the company files its own tax returns, etc. More importantly, it's important to realize that once you structure your corporation, once you have your federal tax ID number, step number three is, I'd have to say this is one of the most important things, is actually having your company become what's called credit ready. And this is laying the actual foundation for building your company's business credit. So this particular step number three, is so important because this is where you actually go through lender compliance, regulatory compliance. There's all these things that you need to do to set up your business as a quote unquote real business. Okay, so, and there's a lot of details and there's a lot of basic things that you need to know about this, whether it's setting up a dedicated business phone number, setting up your business address, your business mailing address, making sure your business is directory listed, from minor details like regulatory compliance, make sure your corporation is active within the state, that you have all these other details covered before you actually move on to the next step. So once you have that foundation, you have the company ready to start applying for credit, the next step is actually opening up a business bank account. So you don't want to actually start applying for credit just yet. You want to open up your company's business bank account. When you do that, you're going to need, of course, your articles of incorporation or your certificate of organization, depending on what structure you chose. Your information for your company. This is all the information you can provide to the bank. Whether it's make sure you put everything's consistent and it matches your business phone number, your business website, your business email address. All that information has to be consistent and exactly the same. Now, and even the description of your business. When you incorporate, you need to list what type of business is this, what type of industry, what type of classification code, whether it's an SIC or NAICS code. These are all the details that many of the articles out there fail to put in their articles. So I want to make sure that's covered. Once you set up your business bank account, whether it's with a national bank, regional bank, credit union, state bank, or community bank, once you've done that, now you're ready to start getting credit in the business's name. Okay, so one of the easiest things for a company, and this is, I'm just giving an example, this is a startup business. If you own an existing company, it's important that you go through this process again, because I guarantee when you set up your company, you may have missed some very important steps. I've seen many times when existing businesses that have been in business for a year or 2 years get declined for basic credit because there's still basic compliance items that they don't have set up as their business. How many people do you know that run a business that don't even have a dedicated business phone number? They use, let's say it's a home phone number or a cell phone or they're not even listed as a business. So those are just basic things. And if you own an existing business, you want to go through this process again, just to dot your I's and cross your T's, okay? But the easiest type of credit to get, even if you're a startup, is of course starter vendors. And these are actual vendors that will extend net 30-day terms to your company. This allows you to purchase products and services on credit. Some vendors may require a deposit or maybe require you to pay a couple first orders with them before they extend a line of credit to you. And these will be, minimum lines of credit from $1,000 up to maybe even $5,000 lines of credit with that particular vendor. But what you want to do is establish at least 5 starter vendor accounts. These are vendor accounts we actually list in our system. But once you do this allows your company to establish its own credit file. But again, another thing you want to do is, and this is another one of the steps, is obtain your DUNS number. This allows you to put your business in the map with a actual business credit reporting agency. So you're getting your DUNS number allows you to be listed in their database, and they have over 200 million businesses worldwide. They're one of the major business credit reporting agencies out there. You can obtain your DUNS number for free, or you can get it in about 5 days through one of their paid services. So that's another one of the steps that are really important, is getting your actual DUNS number. Now, the mistake that a lot of business owners make is when you get a DUNS number, they think you have an actual business credit report. That's not the case. That just means your company is now listed with one of the business credit agencies. You'll have an incomplete file until there's actual payment experiences reporting on your DMB file. Okay, so just getting a DUNS number doesn't mean you have business credit. It just means you're listed with one of the agencies. There's 2 other ones. There's Equifax Small Business, and there's also Experian Business. Those are the 3 major players. There's many other business credit reporting agencies that are also used, like Credit Safe. There's Credit.net, I believe. There's many others. There's actually over 10 different major business credit agencies, but these are the 3 big players out there. So you get your DUNS number, you get some starter vendors. Now, for those of you who have really good, strong personal credit, and you want to actually speed up the business credit building process, then you also can leverage that good personal credit and get some high-limit business credit cards that only report to the business credit reporting agencies. Now, don't just go out there and apply for regular business credit cards, because the majority of the ones in the marketplace report to your personal credit, and this doesn't help you. So be sure to check out businessfundingengine.com, because we actually have a program that sets you up with those business credit cards that only report to your business credit. So also, the next type of credit you want to get when you're starting out is getting service credit. So your cell phone, your internet service, web hosting, these are all services you want to get in the company's name, okay? Because this allows you to build up some history. They may not report, though, but you can use those as trade references. So the next step, of course, is now that you have credit, is you need to use it. You need to make purchases, pay your invoices on time. That's the most important thing, is do never pay your invoices late. Pay even ahead of the due date, because your payment history is the major factor that's going to generate a favorable credit rating, favorable payment history. The next step, of course, as you continue to acquire credit and make payments, is now you want to monitor your credit. You want to monitor it. You want to protect the credit that you've built, and you want to manage it. So you want to get a business credit monitoring service. Dun & Bradstreet has iUpdate. It's a free way for you to check your company's credit. Also, there's the Experian has one. Equifax Small Business has a monitoring service. You also want to be alerted to any changes. Who's inquiring on your company's credit? Did someone open a credit without your permission in your company's name? So you want to make sure you protect the good credit that you built. And finally, the last step is advancing your business credit building process. See, once you generate a business credit rating, you have several payment experiences being reported on your file. This opens up more opportunities of credit for you. Now you can start getting, instead of starter credit, you can get retail credit, store credit with like your Best Buys, your Home Depots, your Lowe's, your Costco's. They all have business lines of credit available for you. Then there's fleet credit. And ultimately, when you build up a strong enough credit file where the company stands on its own, now you're able to get to what we call no PG business credit. These are business credit cards with you just using your EIN, not your social security number. Now, most people, all they think about is I want to get business credit cards with no personal guarantee. The only way that's going to happen is you have to go through all this process and build up a strong enough business credit file where your company can stand on its own. Okay, so that I just want you to realize it's a process. It takes time. It's not going to happen in 30 days. It's not going to happen in 3 months or 6 months. It may take 6 months to a year to get to that point because you got to build up at least 10 or more trade payment experiences reporting with some sizable credit limits on your company file, like 10,000 or more. So just understand that this is a process, but at the end of the day, you can have some incredible opportunities for your business, have a credit-worthy company where from now on, whether you're trying to get a car for your company or you're trying to get other additional types of credit, lease credit, etc. Now, you could use your company's EIN as the only thing on the credit application because your company has a strong enough credit file. So this is the business credit building process. I encourage you to subscribe to this channel. Click subscribe below. If you're looking for a system that walks you through this entire process, provides you those credit sources where you can apply for credit, whether it's starter vendors, fleet credit, business credit cards with using only your EIN, check out our system, businesscreditbuildingsystem.com. And feel free to also subscribe to our newsletter here on our blog, businesscreditblogger.com. With that, make it a great day. We'll talk to you real soon.